These hives here are rented out to a farmer to pollinate his blueberry field. But this valley here is full of apple trees, so I super these colonies up to make some honey. It has rained, except for today, it has rained for 10 days straight. It started June 1st and rained. The bees couldn't fly. So the weather was really good up till June 1st. They were only here for 3 to 4 days, and the apple trees had just came into bloom with that nice weather. It was quite warm. The apple trees bloomed out, and then June 1st come, and it started to rain. So they flew today. So basically they had only 4 days, 3 to 4 days of the apple blossom flow. I usually make quite a bit of honey during that flow, and apple trees seem to bloom very plentiful one year, and then next year the bloom is only half as much. This was the peak year. Usually I do pretty good. So I'm gonna just look, and I found other colonies that were starving. I had to go feed colonies. It was that bad. It was cold, wet. I didn't have to feed these colonies because they had that 3 days of nice weather. They made some honey, and they're working blueberries today because that's all that's left. I get serviceberry, apple, and chestnut, but there's no chestnut here in this location. The only thing I get here after the apples, there's blueberry, and then blackberry. And then blackberries finished about first week of July, and then there's nothing here till about September 5th, the goldenrod starts. So these colonies will need to be moved as soon as the blueberry fields pollinated. But I'm here to look to see how much honey they made. It would have been a bumper crop. All the trees were just snow white with blossoms. Everyone was talking about it. It was, the whole valley here was just full of apple blossoms, but they were trapped in the box. So I didn't make the honey I thought I was going to make. This colony, I'll bring the camera over. I gave every colony here 4 frames of drawn comb, and the rest was foundations. I'm trying to get foundations drawn out. So they're working on the 10th frame. These 4 would have been drawn, and the rest was foundations. This box here is completely drawn. I was ready to put a couple supers on these till I checked the weather. This colony is running out of space. When that's blueberry honey. That would have been, they would have ate all that during that 10-day that they were trapped in the box, and then they just replenished it today, and that's definitely blueberry honey. This one is really out of space. I've been making nukes, so I haven't had time to go around and do my checks. And the weather hasn't been all that great, so I wasn't overly worried about it. I equalized my colonies back through the month of May. So you can tell I equalized the colonies because they're all basically the same size now, making the same amount of honey. If I open this up and it just didn't look like the other ones, I know that either the queen is bad or it's trying to swarm. So equalizing is good because everything should look the same, and if it doesn't, there's something wrong. Today's June 11th, if I forgot to say that. I guess you could have figured it out. June 1st start the rain for 10 days. Today's first nice day. I should have did this one before the other one. Can't see. Alright, this one is doesn't look the same. This one has brood in the super. It's not making honey, and I can see the brood there. This is one you have to watch for a swarm. There's two types of colonies. Colonies that make honey and colonies that make brood. The ones that make brood are the ones that are going to swarm. So I'll crack these boxes open and look for swarm cells because it's not making honey at the same rate as the other ones. It's making a lot of brood. Smells really good. I don't see any swarm cells, but it's making a lot of brood. This will be a good one to split in July. This is a Kona. Last year's Kona. Bees are right dark. Those second year queens, they'll make a lot of brood as well. Lots of brood. There's a nice one. That's a heavy box of honey right there. And there's the cells, because it needed space. And that's a heavy box. Oh my. These guys are really out of space here. Oh, I better under super that one. I will have to go through this colony when I have time. Another one. Another good one. No. It should be okay, this one. I'm gonna look. It's probably cells. Lots of brood. You don't get both, you only get brood or honey. Now this was a 50-50 split. This is a brand new box of foundations, so it drew the foundations out. And the medium, half the medium, but it's all brood. I thought I'd be seeing cells in this thing. It's really nice working with. Yeah, there's cell. I think she's this one's not down. There's another cell. I'll under super this one. There's a lot of backfilling in the nest, so they're not drawing comb, they're interested in raising brood. There's another cell. If you had comb, which I don't, oh, too much backfill in there. I don't have comb. I've drawn a lot of foundations this year, and I wish I had comb. This is a new beekeeper's problem. No comb. But that's all honey. Notice I don't checkerboard. The only frames that you can checkerboard are the ones that are in the center of the colony. Anything on the outside, if you start checkerboarding it, they're gonna take the one that's partially drawn and they're gonna make it fat, and they'll ignore the foundation. You can checkerboard in here, but you can't checkerboard out here. You'll just get a big fat wide honey frame. Deep and a medium. Oh, I gave these ones a deep box of drawn comb. I just wanted to see how much honey they could actually make if they had comb and not foundations. This medium was set up the same as the other ones, and this one was drawn. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're on the 8th. And that's got some weight to it. They can make considerably a lot more honey on comb than foundations. Oh, someday I'll have comb. And this was a dud year. There's 2 different honeys coming in here. There's different colors, so that would have been the apple. It's nice and light, and then the blueberry's darker. There's a box of honey. They need a super. No cells. This was a 50-50 split, and they have drawn out most of that box. Maybe I should leave this one tight. No, there's only one foundation left. Ooh, it's like a bee sting.